What's up, everybody? Stormnadoes here. Welcome back to another weather discussion video. Today we're going to be checking out this massive winter storm that is encapsulating the entire lower 48 and just much more to talk about. We're talking about extreme cold, snow, ice, and freezing, really just freezing rain, really. That's pretty much what we're talking about. But anyway, we're going to talk about all that in today's video, and we're also going to focus on the Chicago Metro because that is where I'm from my neck of the woods. So let's dive right into today's video because we have a lot to talk about. I'm going to try to do this all in one take, so here we go. All right. Here we are. We're looking at the lower 48. This is, by the way, we're recording this right now at 10 o'clock. And as you can see right now, this is the progression of the current storm system. We have snow already happening in Kansas and Colorado. And kind of maybe it's a little bit of snippet of snow bands are actually happening in New Mexico, Oklahoma, and all that fun stuff. But anyway, this is about to get amplified as we go on throughout the day. So yeah, we're going to just go straight into all the model runs and everything that you do need to know. Alrighty, first thing first, we're going to talk about the winter weather outlook. This is what it looks like for day one today. These are the sort of weather impacts, the impact level in terms of traveling and all that fun stuff. Oklahoma City is going to be under a minor to moderate impact. Same thing with Dallas and all that fun stuff. So if you have to be out today, just keep that in mind. There's going to be expecting disruptions to daily life, so hazardous driving and using caution. There might be closures, disruptions to infrastructure that may occur. I will not be surprised if we do see power outages as we go on. Day two, it kind of just gets a little bit more amplified. As you can see, everything turns red, and that is just to be expected. And it also goes all the way into the East Coast here, as you can see. So as you can see, these are all the weather impacts. So as you can see, extreme impact just means everything is shut down. It's really impossible to really move, and life-saving impacts may be necessary. And this is day three as we go into Sunday, Monday. And look at that. Extreme impacts for Mississippi and other parts of here. But we're going to do day one to day three combined just to give you a great idea. And boom. So yeah, Dallas, moderate. Shreveport, major. Oklahoma City, most likely major impact. Tulsa, Oklahoma, major impact. Wichita, same thing. It just goes on and on. Chicago, you're looking at a minor impact or just a winter weather area. So if you're from the Midwest, honestly, quite frankly, more expected to be a winter weather kind of thing. But yeah, no, look at this. This is just what we're looking at right now. Is these whites or not whites, grays and yellows that are happening here in the Chicagoland area. So yeah, but anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of the winter weather outlook as we watch the storm kind of progress to the east. It kind of has a bit more north projection kind of, but obviously we'll kind of see how this all plays out as time moves on. The lake effect machines are on, as you can see, for Michigan and the or parts of the Great Lakes. Those machines are running, so you guys are probably seeing snow all day, which is probably great for you guys because if you really love snow, this is great. We didn't really have snow really. I mean, we got most of it last month, but yeah, this is what we're looking at today. It's gonna be a massive storm. So what does that mean? Well, here we're gonna jump to the HRRR, and we're gonna again not doing the 15Z. We're gonna stick with the 12Z because it has more data set, kind of has more what we have to work with. But I'm gonna progress this forward, and as you can see, it's ramping up. And oh, look at that. Amarillo, Oklahoma. You might start seeing this happening really soon. Look how pink that is, by the way, mind you. It is going to get more and more accelerated. It's going to get there and boom. We're going to see snow, ice. By the way, I do expect this to kind of be a bit more north. The Euro models do a way better job at projecting all of this ice and snow accretion. But I'm just looking at the HRRR models and going based off of what they're saying. So whatever you see here, don't take it take it with a grain of salt, because what is happening here is going to be very different than what it's going to look like a few hours from now on actual radar, especially at 7 o'clock tonight. But the event starts today, Friday night, and it goes all the way into Saturday, into Sunday, and then it ends off in Monday on the East Coast. So yeah, but anyway, as we progress this forward, snow, ice, all that fun stuff. I expect Oklahoma City to also see some ice happening here. But yeah, it's going to be a big band. Look at how big it is from Midland, Texas, all the way to Dallas, to Little Rock, to Memphis eventually. But yeah, look at this. I'm just going to keep progressing and you guys can see the progression. This is going to be a lot of ice that's going to be happening. And that's why we see where these hazards of travel is going to be happening. And it's going to get worse. And actually, in Ryan's video yesterday, he did talk about the actual hazards. I gotta see here, but the freezing rain probability is yeah, there it is. You can already see the freezing rain forecast is high, and look where it extends from Shreveport all the way going into east of Memphis, and it's just crazy. And then obviously the Appalachian Mountains on day 3, but yeah, this is what we're kind of really looking at. Also, we can see the snow forecast for day 2. Again, if you're a Chicagoland area, we're really not really expecting snow. We're really going to be more expecting the cold weather, which I'm going to actually dive in here in a second here. But yeah, that is the massive thing that we're actually just looking at right now, is just those two things. So, but yeah, as we continue moving this forward, you can see the system progress. This is going to be a longer than a 12-hour system. So Dallas, you're still going to be under this system, even going into Sunday or Saturday night, going into Sunday. Look at this. It's still going. And I'm just going to max it out all the way out here. But as you can see, this is one big storm system. It goes from Texas all the way to New York Sunday morning. This is just looking at Sunday morning. This is an insane system that we haven't seen in the likes of a long time. Even as far as I've been alive, I have never seen a system like this in a time that I have been looking into weather and being fascinated by it, yet also terrified, at least in terms of severe weather aspect. But just looking at radar, this is insane. So, yeah. So again, heed, caution travels. If you don't need to be out, just stay home, stay warm. It's going to be really, really cold. We're looking at temps below freezing, and all that fun stuff. We're actually going to take a look right now at the temperature, and oh my gosh, look at this. This is Friday morning. Now I'm going to actually jump this back a bit so we can actually see the progression of everything going back to today. This is 7 a.m. in terms of the HRRR model run, and as you can see, this is 7 a.m. this morning. We're seeing negative degree weather, and it's going to be like that for the rest of the week. So yeah, we're going to progress this forward again one more time so you guys can see just how cold it is just going to be getting. Look how far down this freezing weather is getting. 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're going to be seeing negative temps again, below zero. In Austin, you're going to be seeing 38 degrees, maybe even colder. Dallas, below 32, below freezing. This is where, again, the freezing rain is coming. And again, this Gulf moisture, the ground is going to be cold, but the air is going to be so warm and moist that by the time it hits the ground, it's going to freeze. And that's the thing that's going to be the most impactful. Same thing all the way to Little Rock, to Memphis, to Nashville. Just these lower southern states, you guys are just feeling this warm rising. You guys won't feel it. The warm air above this mass, the ground is going to be so cold, by the time it hits the ground, it's going to freeze. So this is stuff that we're actually looking at as meteorologists and being like, okay, wow, this is going to be a really impactful storm. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm more saying it as a safety thing. If you really don't need to be out, don't be out. That's just one of the big things that's being talked about right now. But yeah, so as you can see, it's going to be really, really cold all across this lower 48. This is the big system. This is one where I can't even cover locally just because of how massive the system is and how cold it is getting. So what does that mean for my folks here locally in the Chicagoland metro? Well, let's just zoom right on in, and we're just going to, again, go back and look at the precipitation. Again, we are not expecting any snow. As you can see at HRR, we might get some snow bands and some clipper bands. The NAM 12 model run is kind of showing a bit of clipping of snow. I'm going to advance this forward here. You can see Southern Illinois might actually see some snow. Now, will that actually happen? I don't know. We'll actually have to see when the radar and more data comes in. But right now, we're not seeing this. I don't see Aurora actually seeing any snow. Again, there is a chance, though, for clippers that actually do fall into the system. But look at already 12 a.m. on the 25th. Look how much ice is already falling and everywhere else. This is a massive system, y'all. And then it moves off to the east here into New York, and it's just going to be one chaotic time frame. Now, again, I don't have the data sets or pinpoints for this, but again, tune into Ryan Hall, y'all's YouTube channel, or y'all bot. What they've done over there is really great, and I really support what they're doing. So huge shout out to that side of the weather community and what the impacts they're doing there. But yeah, go check them out because they're going to be uploading way more than I'm going to be doing, and I'm just trying to get information out to my friends here locally, and also because a lot of people asked me for stuff like this. So, but yeah, this is what I'm currently seeing right now. It's just cold. We're just going to be dang on cold. I mean, already I can actually pull up the data sets here for the entire 48 and look at all these radar tower or all these stations here that are recording weather. Negative 26 all the way up there in Minnesota, or not Minnesota, Montana. Negative 18. It goes on, and it's going to be cold. It's just going to be dang on cold. Plus, on top of that, the wind chills and all that stuff. It's just going to be dang on cold. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at today. Again, the hazards are really not going to be much so of snow, at least for the Chicagoland area. We're really going to be looking at just cold. So if you're flying in or traveling here in Chicagoland area, just be mindful of what's going on, but also just be in mind it is extremely cold. So dress warm. If you're working in retail and you are in a lot, make sure you're taking as many breaks as possible. It is just dang on cold. Don't even stand outside. The longer you're out there for 10 minutes, you can get frostbite. Not even that. I would say 8 minutes. So just dress warm, dress accordingly to the weather and all that fun stuff. And also, I do want to point out here, I'm going to pull up the weather alerts actually. And look how many weather alerts there are. There are 398 weather alerts that are happening. And this is all from this one massive system. There is winter storm warnings out. It expires out to 72 hours all the way out here into Pennsylvania. And Dallas here, winter storm warning, extreme cold warnings, extreme cold watches, just so on and so forth. For the Chicagoland area, you guys are going to experience extreme cold warning, dangerously cold wind chills to 30 to 40 below zero expected for the cold weather advisory. Bitterly cold wind chills of 15 to 30 below zero expected. And that's going to go all the way. It's going to expire here. And there's two weather advisories. One's going to expire in 2 hours, and the other one's going to expire in 21 hours. This is going to last all the way until Saturday, which I actually will expect it to actually go all the way till Sunday, just because of how cold this Arctic mass is coming into. Ice storm warnings are already now being issued for Mississippi. This is going to be dangerous. 1 to 2 inches of ice accretion, and it's going to be a dang on mess out there. There's going to be power lines are going to be knocked out. Apparently up in Minnesota, Wisconsin, it's going to be so cold that there could be expecting of supposedly exploding trees, which I don't even think that's gonna happen. I hope to God it doesn't, but if it does, then that'll be fascinating to kind of see happen up on social media. So I'm gonna be keeping my eye out for that. But yeah, it's just gonna be dang on cold. We're experiencing Arctic weather, man. It's just cold. So yeah. So this is just really what we're seeing again as the system moves on. It is just gonna be snow, ice, and rain. That's really what we're witnessing with this system. No severe weather aspect on this one. Normally, traditionally, when I do record these kind of videos, I'm mainly looking at the the aspect of, is there a severe weather aspect? And there is none. Even on the SPC outlook, there is not a dang on. Okay, well, there's a general thunder outlook, but even still, then it is just gonna be general. Now, day 3, there might be a marginal risk, which, to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be that crazy. Probabilistic is a 5%, which I actually am curious to see here what the hazards are. Mainly just thunderstorms. I don't see a tornado probability on this just because of how the system is setting up to be. But yeah, it is just going to be cold. That's what we're seeing. That's why all the alerts are now flashing. It's like a little bit of a raid party that's happening here. But yeah, no, it's gonna be one of those events, y'all. So, but yeah, for those who are been wanting me to do weather content, here you go. This is the video that I decided to record here in all one take. So if you guys want to see more one takes of just what is happening in the country or just locally in the Midwest, that's really where I'm going to be focusing on, is the Chicagoland, Wisconsin, Iowa, St. Louis, and Indiana regions. Just kind of my terms of neck of the woods, because I'm more familiar with this. Subscribe to the channel, because that's what we're going to be doing here on the channel going forward. I'm really more excited about the severe weather season and tornado season. But yeah. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live or whenever I post another one of these weather videos. Go check out Ryan Hall, y'all, YouTube channel. One of the biggest aspirations for me actually doing this channel this year, and also Tornado Man Gaming as well, for actually giving me this idea to do this year. So yeah, huge shout out to both of those channels. Yeah. We're going to be doing way more weather content on this channel, and I'm looking forward to it as the main channel kind of goes through this rebrand. So yeah, but anyway, welcome to 2026, y'all, and hope you guys all staying warm and staying safe. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Take care.